right, so if you guys want to go, go. Let's go.
It's nonstop. It's 200 miles, nonstop, no sleep. You and your team move together as one unit, and you're paddling, you're on foot, you're on your bike, you're navigating day and night. You're gonna get lost, you're trying to deal with each other as a team. Gear's gonna break, you're gonna lose your passport. I mean, millions of different things will happen.
Well, it's a 3-day race, it's non-stop, and it's not a relay, so there's no rest periods. The teams, as a four-person team, for example, travels as a unit through the entire course, never being separated. And this particular race is North America's only adventure racing world championship qualifier, which is a mouthful, but it's also an honor. There hasn't been a world championship qualifier in the United States for 4 or 5 years. There's only 9 races around the world this year that are qualifiers for the world championship. And the world championship is a 6-day race that takes place in Portugal in November, later in 2009. And so the top 3 teams in our race are going to qualify for that world championship.
All right, we're here with Team WMUR, team number 14, getting their picture taken. We're expecting a lot out of this team.
Well, we're lucky that we tricked some people from WMUR into coming out and participating. Alex, an employee with the station, it turns out, participates in these races habitually, or at least he has done so in the past, and he was intrigued when the opportunity presented itself for him to come out here. So he assembled a team together. So it's a media team that's embedded in the race. They're participating just like everybody else. So they have no special treatment. They have no special knowledge of the course. They're actually competing just like everyone else out there. So we're really excited to have them and to get that inside perspective on what the race is going to look like to them.
We are in the trekking part of the course. We left checkpoint 13 this morning around 4 o'clock in the morning. The big difference between what other teams are going to be doing out here this weekend and what we're going to be doing is that we're doing the unthinkable. We're actually going to bring more gear than what we need. We're going to add about 30 pounds of extra gear with us between several cameras and batteries and tapes and cards. And the other cardinal sin that we're about to commit for adventure racing is that we're going to spend more time playing around in an area, setting up cameras, capturing the moments, and then picking the cameras back up. Maybe we are setting some type of precedent with this. For all we know, we could very well be the first television media team to not only compete as athletes and not know what's happening with the course like all the other teams, but to also bring the gear and spend the time and be able to tell the story like it's not been told before without having an army of television crews everywhere, and especially to be able to tell it just from within the team unit, not to have other people necessarily every step of the way with you.
Well, the idea is just to be like a regular competitor and just to race as hard as we can, and also try to get some good footage, and actually really try to capture like the essence of like adventure racing and what teams do and how they interact and what really goes on.
I actually think it's a good idea. It should be a lot of fun. I mean, I think it makes for a great story. It's a beautiful area. It's a great race with all the different aspects we're going to be covering with the ropes and biking and kayaking.
Right here.
Oh. Exactly. So you still want people to, yeah.
The paddle gear. Maybe I can work this as a sail on the bike.
I feel like I've got too much packed. I'm thinking, I've got everything I have in the pack and it weighs like 50 pounds. So it might weigh me down a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
The participants will experience a whole gamut of physical and mental challenges, truly. The course is set up to test people. It's going to test their technical abilities on the bike, so if they're good mountain bikers so they can ride over rocks and down steep hills and up steep turns, this race is going to let them shine. If they're strong paddlers, if they're really good at reading water when they're in a canoe, this race is going to let them shine. It's going to let them exercise those skills. If a team is not very proficient, then they're going to suffer a little bit. And in the boat, that can mean getting wet. On the bike, that can mean taking a fall. Our participants, they really run the gamut. We have total amateur athletes, people maybe who've done this on a dare, at a party one night 3 months ago, and now it's really go time for them. We also have very serious professional athletes, people who train 20, 30 hours every week just for an event such as this, and maybe this has been an event they've circled on their calendar for 6 months. So the professional athletes are going to be going very fast, whereas the amateur athletes will not be going as fast, but our course is set up so that if a slow team falls too far behind, they're going to get routed onto an alternate course, as we call it. So they're not going to end up 4 days behind when it's all said and done, or hopefully even 40 hours. They'll maybe cross the finish line 4 hours behind because they'll be racing actually on a shorter course. And what that does is it makes the race accessible to a wide spectrum of participants.
Hey, how are you? Good morning. Good to see you here this morning watching us do this craziness.
Basically, for someone to come out and participate in a race like this, if you're fit enough to do a half marathon, you really are fit enough to tackle the course. You're not going to win the race. You're probably not going to finish the pro course that we have set up, but you will finish a course that we have set up. We have alternate courses out there. I think that's the big misconception. I think everyone's a superhero competing, and there certainly are superheroes, make no mistake about it. But that's only 10% of the field, and the rest are people that have regular jobs. They're teachers, they're police officers, they're computer nerds, and this is just an opportunity to come out and have fun and enjoy the great countryside we have here.
Woo!